Hey guys, you're watching Daniel and Gian Talk, and today we will be doing a full review of the 2014 feature film Haider, starring Shahid Kapoor. This is a take on William Shakespeare's Hamlet, and you can kind of, once you start getting into the movie, you kind of see where the influence is. I mean, there's some lines, like line for line usage, but for the most part, it's an original script.
Never seen Hamlet, never watched any adaptation of Hamlet, so this was my first foray. So
I could have sworn you watched like one of the Kenneth Branagh ones, no? Huh,
nope,
interesting.
never seen Hamlet in any form. I know To Be or Not to Be, I know the skull, and I know the mom's crazy.
Right.
That's all I know from Hamlet. That's it. The moments that were like a little bit non-realistic,
right,
I attributed to Shakespeare, because I just assumed like this is an adaptation. The story obviously must have went there. I'll let it go there. I won't criticize it too much, but everything else I thought was a pretty good story. I feel like the story was more than just about their little conflict at home.
Yeah.
Like it was about the external conflict. Pakistan, India, once again, like
what gave it a face?
Yeah.
By making it personal, it gave it a face. That's the
way. But at the end of the day, it's really about Kashmir, the conflict at the border. Apparently, this is his third adaptation of a Shakespeare.
Oh, the director?
Vishal, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Well,
Vishal Bhardwaj.
I will look it up and pronounce it correctly. So,
what are your thoughts?
You liked it, huh?
Yeah, I've never been exposed to Hamlet before, so for me,
I fucking loved it. I've really enjoyed the shit out of this movie. Like, this is probably gonna be up there in one of my favorite Indian films. Like, I was interested the whole time through. I love the ending. I love how it all culminated. Like the whole time I'm waiting, like, man, like nothing's happening, but it's still interesting.
Like, what the fuck is this going? What is it building towards?
Exactly. And then the violent, like, fucking
shootout.
It was
suicide bomber.
It was like an updated Sergio Leone scene, but like way like nicer. You know, like.
Yeah. No. I mean, less close-ups, but I get get your point.
Yeah, no, but it was inspired by The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
For sure. I mean, you have all the songs. There's 2 or 3 tops. They all were justified.
Right.
Like the one that broke out in a song and dance was completely story motivated.
Right.
It was completely like to rub the brother, like to rub this in the brother's face.
Yeah.
Like, look what you did.
His uncle.
Yeah. Well, the brother of his dad. But
it's Bhardwaj, by the way.
Yeah, so Bhardwaj?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. The H, man, throws me off. I know it's silent, but it still fucks me up. Anyway, I loved it. Like, I was involved. Like, even that's why I said, like, even it was a little bit theatrical.
Even the last song where they were
in the grave,
that was like the one where I was like, okay, this is the most unrealistic song, but it paid off.
It still fit.
Yeah, it paid off. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
it helped that it wasn't like 7 minutes long. It was like real quick.
It was a minute and a half, like, come lay in the grave. Yeah. And it was kind of cool because it set up the grave. It kind of alluded to, like, all these people are about to be dead in the next 15 minutes. So, like, so that's why I was like, you know what? This is a movie. This isn't a fucking documentary.
Right.
This is a movie based on a play, which, being familiar with Shakespeare's work, I don't need to necessarily know Hamlet to watch this movie, but I know Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Shakespeare had a thing for the theatrics.
Yes.
So, having these little extravagant moments makes sense.
Absolutely.
Like, even him not killing the uncle during prayer time, I was like pissed. I was like, why the fuck didn't you just shoot him right there?
It explains it.
And I was like, okay, you know what? I buy it.
Yeah.
I buy it. Especially because of where they're at, especially this region, especially how serious, like, Islam is. I buy it. I'm not going to it's not, even though if it were like the American version, and he's at church, they would have fucking killed him.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what happens in The Godfather.
No respect. Well, and The Godfather was there was an homage to that with the hiding of the gun behind the water tank.
Yeah, in the toilet in the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, it was even the same kind of toilet,
that
too.
That old-fashioned, yeah. But, I like that. I like the setup. I like the doctor, like, helping out the guy, and then you don't know how he gets caught, and he gets turned in, and then it kind of turns out like it was this inadvertent, like, she snitched inadvertently, even though, like...
We call that dry snitching.
Yeah. She's like, he's here. Osama bin Laden's at my house. I don't know. Like, it's no big deal. Like, you're going to expect this guy to not fucking cash in on it.
Right.
But, I mean, I like that. The girl, like, the girlfriend, didn't really have a lot of story, but her character, her family was strong enough to where like everything that happened paid off.
Yeah.
The scar,
like
the brother coming back into town.
Not just that, but it was like, so we start off, we have them like getting into it at the beginning of the film, and then because we don't realize like that's the daughter of the police chief or whatever.
Yeah, we don't know that either.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh my god, like they're all connected. The whole town, this whole thing is all messed up, and all kinds of bad shit's gonna happen. And she goes crazy after like she disowns her dad, and then her dad gets shot in the face.
In the face. Which was brutal as fuck, because they still put him out like open. Well, there's no casket, but like just straight out, like the bullet was like still in his head. It looked like. And that was crazy.
You gotta show that shit, man.
I know. I agree. I love when he shaved his head. Like that scene in the trailer when we watched it was a little weird and off-putting.
Yeah,
it was so fucking justified.
Yeah,
in the
the
movie.
courtyard scene was the or whatever. The town square.
He's so this like innocent, goody two shoes with like the hair, like my hair looks like that sometimes. You know that like.
Yeah, he looks completely different with the shaved head.
And then he fucking shaved his head, and he was just crazy.
Like now after watching,
I respect him as an actor a lot.
Like he does crazy pretty well.
That's what I'm saying. I respect him. Yeah, it fits.
No, it was a great performance by him. Like, and that was like overall
the
all the the Salmons were hilarious. And they got smashed by a rock. Another brutal ass fucking scene. That was awesome.
That was cool. I mean, it was just funny though that they were like both singing and dancing.
I'm waiting when we introduced him and they got like pictures of his face like taped up all over their.
I didn't know they were cops at first. I thought they were like store owners of like a
I don't think they were cops. They were.
According
they were trying to work, like get jobs, and they were like.
When they call in at the end, like he killed 3 cops or something.
Wow, maybe they were like deputies or something. Yeah,
that's what I thought. So maybe they thought they were. I don't know. Either way, I thought they were like video store owners.
Yeah,
because like the tourists come in, and they just all Salman movies, which is
nothing but Salman.
I loved how they had the fucking. The hairdo from Tere Nam that we made fun of.
Absolutely.
Like that fucking, it was perfect.
Well, that little dance they did too, where they're like, "Oh, you want some of this?"
As if that would work in real life.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny. I like that. There's those little touches that like, I feel like.
And it was very Shakespearean. Like anyone that's familiar with his work, there's
always the buffoon.
Exactly.
These characters. That's why I bought it. Like normally I'd be like, these guys don't fit in this story. Why are these 2 goofballs here? Like it doesn't make sense. The world is too serious. But then, okay, there's the Shakespeare influence because there's always this buffoon, the guys who are like, it's not always the same type, but it's like there's always a comic relief there because he understood you got to be funny. You got to have like. You
got to relieve the tension.
Yeah, and boy was there fucking tension. I mean, there really was for me in some moments. Like when he the shot when he has the gun to the brother's head, I was like, oh, this is, because even as ridiculous.
Like I knew it wasn't gonna happen because there was 30 minutes left in the film.
Yeah, exactly, but you're probably also familiar with Hamlet, so there's something. I mean, because I don't know how close, how 1-to-1 this is to the story.
I'm not as familiar with Hamlet as you think.
When the police chief comes out of the car, in that scene, he has a gun to his head, and you see the police chief coming up to the car, and the brother's praying, and he has the gun to his head, and you're like, fuck. So normally in any movie, the fact he doesn't shoot him right away and there's enough time cinematically for the guy to fucking walk all the way up the stairs, like it was frustrating me because I was involved. But then, how it all turned out, I was enjoying. Like Irfan Khan's fucking cameo was pretty good. Yeah. Like he stole the show. Like when he was on screen, I bought that he was this prisoner. I bought that he had been through some shit. I bought that he was probably some fucking leader, like that they were after, some fucking terrorist or something. I don't know like what his allegiances were or whatever. They don't really get into that.
And it wasn't important, but
that's what I'm saying. They don't really get into
definitely,
that. But they were clearly making
showed that there were some
vests
insurgents,
for something. And and that whole thing too, because what my takeaway, not my takeaway, my question. This is for you guys. How true, and maybe you can weigh on this too. How true is like what we were seeing to like how things actually happened? Like obviously this is an adaptation of a play. But obviously, there's probably things that actually happened in Kashmir that were adapted into this story.
I think the reference to the half-widows and how all these men were disappearing and their bodies were never found, I'm assuming that's a real thing. And that was like the commentary. Like all these, like that's how he got everyone like in the court, in the plaza, like riled up. Was because these bodies are missing. These women don't know where their husbands are at. These women don't know where their sons are at.
That's true.
There's protests happening. There's a curfew in the town.
Which is just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's so beautiful. This place is so fucking beautiful.
Right.
But, like, the town is ugly. And really, that's what
Yeah.
it is. The surrounding is beautiful. The innards are fucking ugly.
Right.
No matter what side you represent, it's
Ooh,
fucking
it's the
ugly.
people that ruin it.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Obviously, this is a movie about, this one story about revenge, betrayal. But there's larger commentary than that. Like this one,
Well, it's a vehicle to talk about everything that's going on in this city, but they still stick to the themes of the play, and that's the main thing that he remains true to is the themes of the.
Which is important because that keeps your audience engaged. And I don't know. I really had a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, towards the beginning, like the gun effects, like the way they were shooting, didn't seem like sometimes like those when they were actually firing the guns, it just felt off to me. Like I felt like the beginning.
Bro, how many AK-47s?
I don't mean like that. I'm talking about like it felt like CGI like. Just didn't fit. Like there was something.
Well, you know what? I watched it on my phone for the most part, so I didn't get to pick up on that.
There you go. And it's not a gripe. It's not a complaint.
That's what it fucking sounds like to me,
No,
Daniel.
I'm just saying. Like when I was like, oh, that's kind of for everything so like big. It felt polished, and then you have but it didn't bother me at the end of the day.
No, like I said, I didn't even notice. I didn't really have any negatives for it, other than,
honest.
some of the, like, they had the little montage sequences were a little too long with the music. Especially the one that I didn't care for was when he's in the cabin with the girlfriend.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
That whole sequence, like, just...
Especially after what just happened
Exactly.
previously. Like, you built up so much fucking, like, so much tension, and then he fucking cuts his hair, and then all of a sudden he's there. It's time for this love story.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess maybe he used it as a tool to relieve some of the tension that was going on.
That's what I think it was.
But it just went on a little too long, And I mean, it was important. The scene after the music was important because he like lets her know that he has the gun, that these people and
then she snitches.
And then she snitches on him.
Which kind of is like, it's her dad. But
yeah.
her dad's also the chief of police.
Everyone.
So it's kind of like you can't falter for it, but then again,
everyone's getting placed into like a bad position. Like like his mom betrays his dad. He knows it, but he's like.
And looks like his mom was like getting it in with the brother.
Right,
too.
exactly. Like
so
he comes home and it's like a messed up ass situation from jump. And now he's
that's why I was like, fuck. When that dance scene happened, because the mom looks so young.
Yeah.
That initially I was like, is that the daughter?
Right.
Like because at first, not like as the scene got on, I understood, but like because you see through the curtains.
Yeah.
That she's being danced to, and I'm like, why is the brother dancing to the love interest?
Right.
And then I was like, oh, it's the mom. And I was like, wait, why is he dancing to the mom? And then I was like, oh, it all made sense.
Right.
And I liked how they did that too. Because he never like goes in and announces himself.
Right.
He just fucking watches.
He walks in the situation.
He just observes. He doesn't do anything. Just let it play out.
It's a character moment.
It is, and it's one of the things that I feel like a lot of filmmakers are afraid to use, and it's just silence. I mean, they talk, but they're not motivating the story in any way. They're just
no, and it's a good tool. I think a lot of people. Yeah, you're right. I think the use of silence is very important. I mean, it's the use of the medium. That's the thing. Like you're telling stories with pictures, and you're letting the picture tell the story.
Pictures don't talk.
Yeah.
So
exactly, and a lot of people, especially nowadays, like everyone just wants to cram in as much dialogue as they can, and sometimes you need that breather, and you just need to let the audience kind of understand what's going on.
Not everybody's Tarantino.
Without beating them over the head.
Not everyone can like write good dialogue.
Well, even him, he goes.
He fucking overwrites. I know.
Exactly.
Hateful Eight, I fucking hated because of that. I mean, that's not a discussion for this movie.
Right. Well, you know what? You can kind of make a correlation where Hateful Eight was an unsuccessful version of a stage play turned film.
And it was in the snow too.
And it was in the snow as well. Like I mean, that's kind of similar in that regard. Hateful Eight, it
ends in a bloody fashion.
Exactly.
Where pretty much everybody dies.
And it's just I mean, it's one.
It's a revenge story.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, it's just not a good movie, but.
It's not. But where do you rank this on like Shakespeare adaptations for movies?
I'll be honest with you. Right now, it's the best one I've ever seen. It's at the very top.
It's not better than Romeo plus Juliet.
You shut your mouth. That movie in particular.
Romeo plus Juliet.
The reason why I can't stand it is because he kept the dialogue.
The swords.
Well, not just that, but he just let's put Shakespeare in modern times, but let's have them still talk like it's the 14th century or the 16th century. It was annoying as shit. With
you just don't understand.
John Leguizamo, come on, man, get the fuck out of here. It was just,
It's Leonardo DiCaprio.
I had enough.
You just don't like the director. That's what it is. You just.
Well, I don't like the director because of that movie. Yeah, he didn't start off very well with me.
He had some balls. Okay, he tried something new.
Yeah.
Let's see what other fucking Shakespeare adaptations. I don't even know other ones, to be honest with you. I think I've only seen this one.
I mean, there's a bunch of Kenneth Branagh films,
but
they're actual.
Those are like straight adaptations,
Yeah, they are.
I don't think they necessarily count because they're not reinterpretations.
Right.
The Romeo plus Juliet, regardless if he keeps the dialogue or not, is a reinterpretation.
Right. Well, he changes. He changes the.
Makes it in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like there's all a bunch of.
I mean, you know what? West Side Story is a great Romeo and Juliet. You know.
Is it?
It's better than Romeo plus Juliet, I'll tell you that much. I would
longer.
rather watch fucking the Jets and the Sharks dancing on rooftops.
That?
Yeah, exactly. When you're a jet all the way. All right?
I don't know what else to say about the movie, to be honest with you. This is a pretty fucking short review because it's like...
Well, I mean, there's not much else to say about it. I mean,
it was a good movie.
The performances, there wasn't a weak performance at all.
None.
Nothing was like, nobody was even like too over the top. Even the Rosenberg,
the most over the top.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstein, you know.
The Salmons were the most over the top.
That's Rosen.
But they were supposed to be.
Right.
If you watch The Brother, or at least when I was watching The Brother at the beginning,
yeah.
when Haider was asking him, like, hey, where's my dad? He never looked at him.
Right.
And at first I'm like, man, he's a shitty actor. Like he can't even engage eye contact. And I was like, wait, no. Everything has been done so well, minus the gunshot, which I already talked about, that this has to be intentional. This director has to know that, like, and then now you know that he wasn't looking at him because he was lying.
Right.
He was fucking lying through his teeth, like not. I'm like, oh, that's a subtle way to show that this guy's a liar without saying he's a liar, and only if you're aware of that little like technique. I mean, because there's just a lot of like little directorial, like at the end when you see the mom and she's in that broken glass mirror, and you see, and with the exception of Haider actually saying like, "Oh, look, two versions of yourself."
Right.
He's doing that visually already. Like he didn't have to say that line of dialogue for me to get like that. There's two sides of this woman, like the side that loves her son a little bit too much. Because a little like the kissing on the neck thing. They did a
good job of playing up the kind of incestuous relationship they have, but not going too far.
Not too far.
Because I'm sure if they like if that was made in America, if that was made here, they would have gone too far for sure. They would have gone full creep.
You think they were restricted because of their audience?
Absolutely.
So you don't think it was an artistic choice to be that restrictive?
No.
Why?
Well, maybe it might be.
Is Hamlet straight incest? Is that why?
No, it's not straight incestual, but it's definitely there. That's an element of it as well.
Like it's actually there though.
Yeah, it's
not alluded to, but like it's a part of the story.
Well, no, I don't think they ever like hook up or anything. But it's a.
I get it. But see, I respect. I don't agree.
I'm not saying
I don't agree with a censorship thing because I think that's. But
I don't think. I think if he had wanted to push it, he wouldn't have been able to. Like he wouldn't have been able to get away with it. Although in Ramon Ragav, they just mention it. It doesn't actually happen.
That he fucks his sister.
Yeah, but he just says it. They don't show it.
They don't.
Yeah.
But I get it. Regardless, it still made you feel a little uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
But like
you always felt weird about their relationship.
Especially when the mom's like, you would always get mad at your dad and say like, no one's ever gonna touch you except for me, or
and then
something.
It made you start questioning who the crazy one was. Is she the crazy one, or is he the crazy one?
I did like that because doesn't in Hamlet like spirits appear to him.
His dad, his actual.
But like as a
and
spirit,
other people see his ghost as well.
Right.
And they allude to that in this one when he's in his dream and the mom sees the ghost.
Okay, so that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But that's what I appreciate.
And Hamlet, she actually sees his ghost.
That's what I thought.
He's around the castle and people like.
And I like it this way because it leaves it up to the audience to be like, who's crazy, like you said.
Right.
Is he crazy? Is he not crazy? This light died. Fucking piece of shit light. Because dreams, you can get away with dreams.
Absolutely.
You wake up, was that real? Was it not real? That's all you need to know. That's it.
Absolutely.
So.
And he used it, sometimes they got away with the Deus Ex Machina in this as well.
Which.
When he's in the back of the paddy wagon.
Oh, and then the fucking they go over that.
Yeah, they go over that icy bump. Yeah, like.
And then he grabs a gun. And
yeah,
shoots
exactly.
him,
like it was.
Which makes no sense, like because it's like, oh, the chief of police doesn't have handcuffs.
Well, that we don't know. That's a different story.
And he had to put him in. Like that's all he could put him in was the scarf.
We have no idea.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
But that wasn't the issue. The issue was that he got the gun because they.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying he got the gun, but he was in.
Even if he was in cuffs, he would have been able to still do the same thing.
Not if it was behind his back.
No, but in every movie they always put the cuffs in the front, man. Well, my point is like it was cool that they used the snow, like
as a part of the story.
As a part of the story, you know, because that's the only way. You know, it wasn't. No one came to save him.
There was because no one who would save him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, I appreciate.
Exactly.
I liked how it all came about. I mean, there's no two ways about it. I really liked the movie.
Yeah.
I appreciate all you guys out there who recommended it. I'm actually glad that we took this long to review
I was gonna
it.
say, I was actually thinking about the same thing when I was driving down here. Like, if this would have been one of the first ones we watched,
we would have fucking wrote it off.
it would have I don't think so. I think it would have ruined every single movie afterwards. Like the shitty movies we've seen would have been even shittier.
Oh, I agree with that.
Expectations would have been too high.
Well, what I mean by writing it off is I feel like because we've seen so many movies, there's more intricacies now that we've experienced through movies that we're able to pick up on here.
Right.
As if this were the first movie, India-Pakistan thing, we know about it from a larger context.
Yeah, but we wouldn't know
how.
But
now, like, we've seen the ins and outs, and so now
it wouldn't have felt as serious as it did in this film because we're familiar with the conflict.
And I can guarantee you, it's probably even stronger for Indians themselves because it's fucking real for them. For us, it's not real. None of this shit's real.
No.
I mean, like, just hearing about it. It's just like hearing about the hurricanes in Texas.
Nothing is real until you experience it yourself.
Until you're there.
Yeah.
Like, even the fires. The fires are like, they're like somewhat real to us. But they're not 100% real to us because we're not going through them.
Right.
And it's fucking crazy, I guess.
And I don't know anyone either.
Well, my mom, I guess my mom's friend's aunt is currently missing in Paradise.
Oh, no.
So, like, at this point, I mean, you're either, unless they don't have phone, it's either your phone or she's gone.
You're either in or you're out.
I mean, it's really because that death toll keeps rising.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's just fucking, it sucks.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Want to talk about that.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, what do you rate this film?
I don't know. I don't even know if we should do ratings anymore, to be honest with you.
No? Well, I guess.
Watch or not? I think just recommend or not.
Yeah,
because I just feel like the numbers.
I mean, we keep on changing the system too. Like we ran into that issue with OMG, Oh My God versus PK.
Where like the numbers are close to each other, even though we love OMG way more than
exactly.
But it's
because
just
of the scale that we use, because of what we like.
Exactly, but what the fuck's a number? Do we recommend it or we?
No, it was a good movie. I highly recommend. If you haven't watched it yet, you're missing out. You totally need to go and watch it.
If I had to throw,
we didn't even talk about like the technical stuff. Like the cinematography was awesome.
It was great.
There
was no complaints. Editing was great because editing kept the story together. You had to dangle all these threads. But
it's just this is a well-made film. This is a real filmmaker.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And I'd be curious to check out his other two adaptations of Shakespeare. I'd be curious to see what else he's done. His heart was in the right spot.
I just hope my only fear of that is if this is that's his gimmick.
Well, this is his third and final Shakespeare adaptation. Okay. So the previous two, this was the culmination, and I don't know what he's done since, but that's what I read online.
Right.
But I mean, Shakespeare's works are fucking free, and you don't have to pay a fee to adapt them.
This is true.
So why not? If you're gonna tell a story, why not rip off
one
the
greats? Yeah, exactly.
So that's my whole thing, because anyone can adapt Shakespeare.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every story's been told anyways. It's just your way of your version of that story.
And this is definitely unique.
Absolutely.
This is definitely
no, definitely. Two thumbs up we gave it, like Roger Ebert.
I'll do the thumbs
Rest
up.
in peace.
I'll do the thumbs up system. Yeah, let's bring it back. 2 thumbs up.
But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching. You know the drill. Smash that like button. Leave comments. Let us know what you think. Be sure to check out Reaction Hour this weekend. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching.